Fridays on the air at News Talk Sauga 960 AM on your favorite podcatcher, as well as on YouTube on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lex Tan, host and producer of Ringside Heat. You can follow Ringside Heat on our social media channels at ringside_heat. And make sure you're also following us on Patreon. That'd be patreon.com/ringside heat. Follow me at LexTan Media on all social media. And right now is our we're taping, or at least recording the our WWE Bad Blood review as the press conference is going right now. And at the moment, Triple H is talking about some headlines over here with a 16,092 in attendance at the State Farm Arena. Great show from WWE here with 5 epic matches that we were able to watch, or at least we hope they were epic matches. But to get a little gauge of that, I'd like to introduce the rest of the panel over here. First, to the right of your screen is the responsible one of the ring crew, our AEW expert, who is graciously stepping out of his AEW out of the AEW shell and being here with us for a WWE thing. At Risen72, Colin Dodge. He is a charity Twitch streamer for Extra Life and for Sick Kids. Great charities to donate to. Make sure you're following his streams and donate to his cause. Colin Dodge, welcome back.
Yeah. All right. You didn't dupe me again. I volunteered to help with this one. We didn't want you talking all by yourself. As I know you love that. You just love to go on and on. You don't want any interruptions from any of the rest of us at the ring crew or anything like that. But I thought, no, I don't want to leave Lex by himself. But next week, I'm running the show because it's Wrestle Dream next week. But anyway, but for today, yes, I couldn't believe there was only 5 matches. I mean, to me, that's just an AEW pre-show. I was ready for like 63 matches for the one night. So, it's an early night. This is crazy. I still have a lot of things I can do. It's not 2 a.m. So, yeah.
Yeah. And, well, on top of that as well, is because there's a UFC event going on. So they're trying. So WWE is trying to budget the time a little bit better with UFC because they are the same company now.
They're the same. Yeah, they can't cannibalize themselves. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. And introducing that the third member of the panel here tonight, he is a first timer here on Ringside Heat. He is actually a friend from a friend who went to the same high school that myself and Chico did back in Scarborough, he's been on some podcasts as well. He's also involved with selling with selling wrestling merch at different Ontario independent wrestling events. Josh Diaz is on here. So Josh, welcome to Ringside Heat, and thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you, Lex. And you know what? It's a great pleasure. And you know what? One of my favorite passions is WWE and wrestling overall. So thank you for having me.
And where can people come and follow you if they would like to follow you, if you would like people to follow you rather, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me at MJDD Collectibles on Instagram, and you can follow me there for any of your Funko Pop or any wrestling or toys in general, Star Wars, wrestling, Transformers, any type of collectibles. You can follow me on MJDD Collectibles on Instagram.
And that's Collectibles with an A, Collectables, right?
Collectibles, yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool. As I initially spelled it with an I, I'm just like that didn't look right. So I just got to make sure.
Are we cheating on Chico right now with another collector? Is that what's happening? Don't tell him. He doesn't watch this. It's fine. It's all right. It's okay.
Well, don't worry. Me and Chico and Lex, we go way back, so we definitely can have those conversations off air.
We'll settle it. Yeah, we'll settle it. Yeah.
That's true. I mean, hey, you know what? You guys settle them. You guys settle it in the ring. I'll call the matches.
Oh, there we go.
And speaking of which, hey, look at this. I'm wearing my headset microphone over here because I just love this thing. Makes me feel like I'm Michael Cole. Anyway, right now, WWE Bad Blood. That was a 5-match pay-per-view, PLE rather. I'm still calling them pay-per-views. I mean, come on, but it is Yes, it is a PLE. And right now, we'll just run down the results real quick over to my left screen over here. First match of the evening was CM Punk defeating Drew McIntyre in the Hell in a Cell in a match that took 31 minutes and 25 seconds. Crimson masks all around, lots of big spots there, and even some bracelet beads that were worked into the match as well. So we can talk about that a little bit later. We've got Nia Jax defeating Bayley by pinfall in a singles match for the WWE Women's Championship in a match that took 14 minutes and 10 seconds. Damian Priest defeated Finn Balor by pinfall, 12 minutes and 45 seconds. Another quite good match as well. And Damian Priest looking very strong, and lots of storyline stipulations and connotations with that. Rhea Ripley was officially awarded the match between her and Liv Morgan by disqualification, but of course, because it's disqualification, you're still your WWE Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan, with Dominic Mysterio suspended above the ringside area in a shark cage, and they did a pretty well done spot with Dom hanging off the cage too. So we could talk. That's another thing we could talk about. And then in the main event of the evening, it's Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns defeating the Bloodline of Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu by pinfall in a tag team grunt match, 25 minutes 50 seconds. The Sons of Haku, the adopted Sons of Haku, got themselves involved, and Jimmy Uso came back and The Rock came back. So that's setting things up for an epic start to WrestleMania season, I would say, because Bad Blood is coming up. Sorry, not Bad Blood. It's already done. Survivor Series War Games in Vancouver. That is going to look so good coming up. And I envy those people who actually are able to get tickets to Vancouver's show. So let's start it off over here. Let's start off. What do you guys want to say about? Let's start off with the CM Punk Drew McIntyre match. What do you guys got?
No needles, so I was very happy. It was a good move. No, really solid Hell in a Cell match. They didn't get too crazy. The cell was used moderately well, but it wasn't a big thing. Not that it always has to be. The beads was a perfect spot. It made complete sense. I know everybody likes thumbtacks or maybe staple guns. I don't know. But no, the beads were perfect because it made sense, right? It doesn't always have to be the exact thing you expect all the time. So, no, that was great. Yeah, like even, the blood made sense. Like everything in that match made sense. So, yeah, it was really well done. And it's, always a huge fan of Drew McIntyre and always breaks my heart because he was the empty arena champion. But, yeah, still. He didn't get the win, but I mean, it's true. He looks fantastic all the time. So yeah, it was good. I was impressed.
Mm-hmm. What do you say, Josh?
Yeah, no, for sure, definitely. I would say spots were pretty on point. The table was used very vigorously, I think, by them breaking it. Which, hey, what could you do with that? And then again, with
piece
the
by
beads,
piece.
piece by piece. I know. I thought they would have done a little bit more of the headshots, or even more with the chairs, but yeah, when he dropped out the beads, I was like, man, they're gonna use thumbtacks again. Yippee! But I guess they had to change it up, right? So
yeah.
Again, I think with the way Punk carried himself through the whole entire match was fantastic. I don't know.
Yeah, he looked great. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely did. He definitely did.
And the one thing to add as well, and this is something that Colin mentioned during the reaction stream that we had last night, that Drew McIntyre and the little things that he does and says to CM Punk in the ring, like what was the line that popped you, Colin?
Okay, maybe it's a bit of paraphrasing, but like I'm gonna beat you so bad, like your wife is gonna leave you. Like that just absolutely just tickled me because it's insane. But the delivery of it too, and how intense Drew can get, but it's just like he's gonna be so beaten that AJ Lee's just out the door, taking Larry and gone. I'm like, oh, that just really tickled me because I instantly visualized going, oh my god, and then she just leaves, right? So anyway, that made me laugh. That popped me a little bit too. So
but
yeah,
that's
that was great.
But that's the beauty of that line is because it's like it's not like we know like we don't really see Drew's significant other or like
Yeah.
other significant others, but we know exactly who AJ Lee is. We actually know exactly who Mrs. Phil Brooks is, and
and we love
and
AJ Lee. She was great in her
oh my gosh,
in her
yes.
gimmick and stuff. Yeah, she did amazing.
I think the best part about that was is at the very end of the match when he's taking in that gasp of air, he's like telling Adam Pearce, call my wife. Come on, like that's the last thing you want to be thinking about.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Yeah,
You
That's
didn't hear
not
that?
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, he was like, "Let's call my wife." It's like, okay, I thought she'd be running outside the ring helping him out, but I guess not.
I just saw the oxygen thing, and I just assumed he was making fun of MJF. That's what I took away from that. I
Oh,
didn't
wow.
even catch the
Oh
call my
wow,
wife.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what I immediately took. I was that's to say it, and then I think that's what I called on. I'm like, oh, he's making fun of MJF. So
Mhm.
while I was saying that, that's probably what I missed. What you saw. Yeah, I just immediately thought he was making fun of MJF.
Mhm.
Now that's going to be something to look out for in the next week and see what MJF's got to say about that, if there is
Yeah.
anything to say about that. But it would be great if CM Punk actually did that to make fun of MJF and like have that playful kind of that playful kind of competition going on between between the two because MJF is oh man, like he is one of those he is like one of the brightest, if not the brightest shining star in AEW right now. So
Yeah, and their program was really good. Not to turn it into an AEW discussion, but yeah, their program was really good, especially the strap match and all that. But anyway, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, speaking of and just speaking of well, I guess I was trying to segue into that by saying speaking of, but I guess that didn't work. We're gonna go to the next match over here between Bailey and Nia Jax for the championship. Now I gotta ask you guys, I gotta ask you guys, when do you think which PLE do you think that Tiffany Stratton will cash in?
Oh, well, what's the immediate one next? Would it be Survivor Series, or is there
War
anything
Games,
before
yeah.
that?
Survivor
Games?
Series War Games, yeah.
So
Okay.
wouldn't it be Crown Jewel, and then because they announced Crown Jewel, and then it's Survivor Series?
Oh,
It
is
could
Crown
be.
Jewel before it?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, could be.
Crown Jewel's
Yeah.
November 1st.
Right.
Ah,
Right.
okay.
But that's the thing. Okay, so there you go. They should like would it be a cash in a Crown Jewel or Survivor Series War Games for you guys, or is it could be something later than that? Do they want to draw the storyline out just a little bit more?
Well, I was about to say Survivor Series might be too soon, so then I would definitely think Crown Jewel is too soon. But
Mhm.
I don't know, like how many legs does it have to prolong it that much? I mean, how much TV time are they getting every week? Like maybe they pull the trigger a bit quicker. I don't know. I mean, the downfall of a friendship, right? Like, how fast do you want to do it? How long does it really need to drag out? Are they kind of near the top of the call sheet with what they're doing? I don't know, right?
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Josh?
You know what? Honestly, for me personally, I think it's they're going to prolong this event for them because if
Okay.
we look at trends before with all the other cash-ins, they were very quick. So they want to relish this, and I think that there will be like, okay, we saw on SmackDown that Nia Jax was strangling her in the back room. So if we see that progression of a build up, I could see probably after Survivor Series in this case, something maybe Royal Rumble,
Mm-hmm.
um, or
Okay.
or
Yeah.
I would suggest that maybe really and truly.
Royal Rumble. I think they could. I don't think it'll go to WrestleMania because I think Tiffy should
Mm.
have should have the title at WrestleMania. So probably Royal Rumble might be a
Mhm,
good idea to do that over there.
mhm,
And then
mhm.
would it be the rematch at Mania if you want to play it out that long?
Could be, could
Could
be,
be,
Yeah.
could
could be,
be.
yeah.
It could be, but at the same time, I think that that Naya still needs a little bit more honing in the ring because there were a couple of spots that she didn't hit altogether as cleanly, particularly that catch Samoan drop. That's something that I. I'm sorry to say, but like doesn't matter. Male or female members of her family are able to do that, like like at the snap of a finger. So,
Yeah,
and
I could say that the only personally that the Hurricanrana that they did on that top buckle sort of got me a little iffy of what was happening there with Bailey and Nia Jax. So
Yeah,
I don't know. That was a little
that seemed like a
nail-biting.
mismatch idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I commend Nia Jax for trying and everything for trying that out, but it looked weird at the moment, and then Bailey still had to sell as if it was. So as I was saying earlier, Corey Graves would probably say it's like, yeah, she didn't get all of that Hurricane Rana.
Yeah.
Now, can I ask, or can I say a comment in this case is when she did the final pin, did that not remind you of Yokozuna in the corner going for the pin? I don't know. It was. I was like,
that's all Uncle Rodney.
I was just like, wow, what happened here? Like, am I going back? Like,
yeah,
is
that
this
tracks.
Yokozuna?
Yeah. Damn, why didn't I pick up that? Oh man, I'm slipping. I missed that too. That's two things I missed. Goodness.
No, we talked
Josh is
about
gonna
that.
replace me.
We mentioned that was an Uncle Rodney thing.
Did we? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did.
Maybe my memory's shot. I don't know. I'm old, guys.
Yeah.
What do you want?
well, at this point in the live stream, we've already done 4 hours and 15 minutes of live wrestling commentary. So I would understand. In that case, Ringside Heat on News Talk Sauga 960 AM, your favorite podcatcher, as well as on YouTube. We're going to take a break right here, but when we come back, more of our review of WWE Bad Blood. And we were going to get into the Damian Priest Finn Balor thing. We're going to go into the WWE Crown Jewel belt, and as well, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, and the Bloodline stuff, because that was just that was just insane. Anyway, we'll be back after these promotional considerations. But if we just walk away, we'll be giving in. Tell me I'm wrong, but if we just walk away, we'll be giving in. Welcome back to Ringside Heat on News Talk Sauga 960 AM, your favorite podcatcher, as well as on YouTube. I'm Lex Tan alongside Risen72, Colin Dodge, and at MJDD Collectibles, Josh Diaz over here. And before we get into the next portion of our WWE Bad Blood discussion, we want to just make sure that you know that we still have a few days left in our Fiend action figure giveaway contest. Chico was talking about this earlier. It is a Fiend Ultimate Fiend Ultimate figure, and the way you do that is we've got just need to follow us at ringside_heat on X/Twitter, retweet the tweet that we have up here that's pinned that Jose Dudd did about the giveaway, and make sure you tag one friend. If you want bonus entries, give us screenshots of liking us on YouTube, subscribing on YouTube, and liking us on Facebook. Winner will be drawn in a live stream on October the 10th. And it's a great action figure to add to your collection. Very, very detailed, and a lot of customizations as well. So we're very happy to offer you all of that. Make sure you also subscribe to us on Patreon, become a local fan, and as well the graphic on the bottom left over here, John Dawson's Outlier. That is his album that's out right now. John Dawson, one of our Ring Crew members here. You can buy the album at 180-gram vinyl version on johndawsonmusic.myshopify.com, as well as just you can stream it on Apple Music, buy it as well too on iTunes and anywhere you get your music. So that's I'll plug those a little bit more later. But then I believe that Josh, actually, before we get back into the discussion, has a special guest here with us here today. So Josh, show their special guest for all of us watching on YouTube.
Go.
Our friend Lily.
That's amazing.
Hello to everybody. And you know what? This is a great gift that you guys can get from the WWE shop. But this is one of the things that I do sell on my road shows. So guys, come on out. This is wonderful. Lily here. It's fully out WWE style and that this is what Alexa Bliss carries sometimes, a replica of what she has.
That's right. And you can follow Josh at MJDD Collectibles. MJDD Collectibles, and that's it. And that Abby that Abby plushie could be yours. Well,
No, get it off
maybe a
camera.
different, or maybe a different one. Who knows?
We'll see. Definitely come on out. I'm usually all in different areas. I was just in Coburg at the Coburg Convention Center. I will be in Fenland Falls, and I will be also at Ottawa, Ontario, next weekend.
Very nice, very nice. So yeah, just just go check out what he's got over there, and also because he is selling stuff at wrestling shows, take in some live local wrestling as well. Because you know what, more wrestling on the indie scene, the better WWE, AEW, TNA, and Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling will be, which is making his debut as well. So we got to get that Canadian content in there, other than TNA. But back to WWE Bad Blood, which, by the way, WWE, you could argue, and this is something that I would love to do for Patreon over here, but you could actually argue that the origins of WWE are Canadian in nature. So pro wrestling itself, it's Toronto that's responsible for pro wrestling, baby. In what it is today, we've still got some matches to talk about over here with Bad Blood. We've got the Damian Priest Finn Balor matchup, just great chemistry between Damian Priest and Finn, I mean, you've got their shenanigans with the Judgment Day and everything, I think Damian Priest was the right guy to come out on top in this matchup. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think he definitely needed the win where Rhea could survive a loss. I don't think Damian could. Just now, again, all my previous knowledge was just the preamble that they showed before the match. But like with them splitting or being kicked out of Judgment Day, if he lost, then Finn was right. So he needed to win, but then also look strong by overcoming the shenanigans as well. The only thing that bothered me was the absolute complete stealing of Taker's entrance, mixing it with Kane's entrance, and then the ripped straight jacket attire, which, that was Kane just before he took off the mask. But I mean, that's probably neither here nor there. Again, I'm used to being the only one in the room offended, so I think that's what happened. But anyway, otherwise, yes, I definitely spoke to the great chemistry between them both. I think Damian Priest is leaps and bounds improved than the last time I was watching the product. So absolutely great. But yeah, he definitely had to come away with the win. I don't think he could survive the loss as well as, we'll talk about it, but as well as Rhea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, honestly, I think it's the same thing that what you guys are saying. For Damian to go over without just having lost his title, and now in this case, he's regrouping himself with Rhea, and literally he's rebranding himself in this case. Before, if you saw him a few years ago, he was with Bad Bunny, and now the transition is he was a champion. Now the transition is he's with Rhea. So really and truly, they needed to push him over. Now funny enough, I was sitting with a buddy of mine watching the pay-per-view, and he had said that Balor's in his early 40s, and you guys could probably correct me if I'm wrong, but for him to be in his early 40s, I think, and going against Damian, which is he's fairly young compared to Finn.
Yeah, younger, for sure, yeah.
The dynamics between them to keep that match alive, to keep on going, was pretty good. I was pretty impressed with that in this case. That's my take from it, because with Balor, his transitions over definitely from character to character, from being Prince Devitt and then being the Prince and being Finn Balor. It's definitely a good take for him, and I think he'll be going somewhere, hopefully, years to come.
And well, you know what? You'd be actually surprised right now. You were right about Finn Balor. He's 43, so early 40s and everything.
Mhm.
But care to guess how old Damian Priest actually is?
38.
What do you got? What do you got, Josh?
I'm thinking around like maybe 30, 39, close to being 40, I think.
Okay. Well, Colin was remarking this earlier about the health and conditioning and the nutrition of wrestlers these days compared to people like even back in Bret Hart's day. And you may be surprised to know that Damian Priest is born in 1982, making him 42 years old.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
1 year younger than us.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna disclose my age, but hey, the gray hair will show it off. But man,
this isn't lighting. This is great.
this is all natural. Okay, so
Yeah.
you know what? Honestly, that's pretty impressive for them to go that long and for them to do this. Now, like the question is now where do they take it from here? Like, what are they gonna do? Like if he's done with the judgment for Damian Priest in this case, he's done with the Judgment Day, and if we go back to the beginning of the pay-per-view with Punk was originally gonna go after Gunther if we look at when he was on Raw. So like, where does Damian stand in that title run because he's had that taste of gold? So
well, I'm sure he's going to get a rematch sometime down the line. So that's something that could happen. Maybe in the near future, maybe in the not so near future. But now
has he had his rematch?
I'm not. Honestly, there's so much that goes in WWE that I can't remember offhand right now. But that's something that they could revisit. Is that Damian and Gunther could lock horns again one time and see what happens from there. I don't think in this point that Gunther has to lose the championship anytime soon. But that's something that's something
he's
that
got Goldberg coming up. You don't know.
Oh no. We keep saying on the show that saying Goldberg is like saying Beetlejuice. Okay,
he might as well be Gilbert for all I care. But he's that
this
one.
Is my guy right here.
If he says it, he's a one-trick pony.
Yes.
I can only believe him. You have to remember, Gunther said that was his. He didn't think about him being his favorite wrestler anymore. So, I'm just more. What I'm impressed was, and if you guys have seen his son Gage, how he's grown. Like
he grew up last time I saw him.
Yeah, oh I'm more impressed with that. Like he could be another WWE NXT. Joiner there.
Yeah,
come on.
He's bigger than Nick Wayne. He's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, and unlike Nick Wayne, Gage still has his father around.
Oh, wow.
And a good father. We were talking about how we believe that Goldberg is an actual good father.
Wow. Excuse me, Jay Riso.
I just liked how Goldberg was trying to plug his garage with his jacket. If you notice, he was pushing the jacket to show off the and then he was looking pretty cool with all those rappers and song artists in the front row. So I'm a little bit shocked that he wasn't invited to the box up above with all the other guys there. So
between that skit and the pay-per-view they're talking about, it's all about flexing. So yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, pretty much. Ringside Heat on Sauga 960 AM. We're gonna move on to maybe another controversial topic over here, but the quote-unquote historic announcement of the WWE Crown Jewel Championship. What did Triple H say about it? It was like, what? How many carats of diamonds on that belt?
Like 50 carat diamonds or something.
50 carat or
64.
Yeah, something like that.
Embarrassing. Oh,
And
yeah.
and according to Triple H, the title will be competed for on November the 2nd at WWE Crown Jewel in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, as the 2 top men's and 2 women's champions will compete against each other, with the winner hoisting the new diamond-studded title. Well, maybe there's a little bit more to that than just that sentence, because I'm just reading it off a prompter right now. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. We were talking about this earlier, Colin. Gaudy
Yep.
belt, but and everything. Good on them for making that thing. It's just I have my own qualms about it, but I just don't think that a belt like that for a WWE crown jewel should outshine or upstage either the World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE Championship, especially the WWE Championship, because it's that company's. It's the flag bearer. It's the flag of the company.
Yeah. It's a belt that's tied to a pay-per-view and nothing else. Like all the other belts, even I love to call it the Disco Inferno shiny belt, but all of the other belts, they have a long history of it. Like we three know, the listeners to our show know, belts are plot devices. We get it, but it's also a recognition of, okay, your time to shine with this belt. Can you carry it? Because there's hopefully, not all of them, but these ones in particular, though, have a prestige behind it. There's a reason. It's like, okay, everybody knows that person has the belt. They're important. They're the top of the card. We have to pay attention more. And then it's just anyway, here's a shiny thing over here and a contract, a 10-year contract we can't get out of. So let's pretend this one's more important just for one night. Or maybe it's the 3-night pay. All pay-per-views are more than one night now. But it's just just for this one thing, we'll pretend it matters, and and kind of just dust all over the belts that actually do matter. So a lot of levels, I don't like any of this, but again,
they just replaced it with the Night of Champions at Crown Jewel. Let's be real. This is what they've done, and I'm gonna say sorry right now, Risen, is that it looked like an AEW title belt. Come on, let's be real. It looked very similar, just a little bit wider.
It looked taller. It's still taller though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was much taller.
Yeah, it was just
very
like
green.
It looked like something you would go nuts with when you do a customized belt for your creator wrestler in 2K24, right? So this is right out of something. Look, I'm gonna make the most god awful looking thing because I also created the most god awful looking wrestler, and so then this is it's I don't know. I'm probably on a watch list right now, but whatever. It's terrible. It's awful. I don't like it, and it's wrong for so many things. And we're not friends anymore. It does not look like AEW belts. It's worse than AEW. So, I'm calling Chico right now. No, I'm calling Chico right now. It's over. It's over. You're gone. I said
disclaimer. It's similar.
No,
similar.
I'm going to get offended anyway. I'm an AEW fan, right? So I'm going to fly off the handle.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I don't know what to say. I'm very speechless on this, but hey, you know what? To each its own. If the present day, if we look at it right now, we're going to be getting Gunther and Cody Rhodes, and then you're looking at Liv Morgan and Nia Jax. Mm-hmm. In the next 4 weeks, we are going to be changing the platform. Hopefully, Tiffany Stratton will cash it in. Hopefully, and Rhea Ripley hopefully will do something in the mix of trying to get her belt back from Liv. On the other side, we're not going to see anything change other than if, as they made the big major change with Jay winning the Intercontinental, Sammy might walk out the world champion. Mm-hmm. So could that happen on Monday? Possibly.
Is he allowed to wrestle at those pay-per-views now, or did that change?
Oh, Sammy?
Because he wasn't at first.
Oh, I think it was I'm not quite sure.
I think Sammy was at the last Saudi Arabia event.
Was he? Oh, okay, because I know at first that
I remember
one of my many big problems when this whole thing started is that Sammy wasn't allowed.
Yeah, that yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
Right.
I mean, like, as it is for better or for worse, it is what it is. But
Yeah.
yeah, we only have a few minutes left here, so we have to take one
Oh, right.
commercial break, and we
Yeah.
can come back right here with more Ringside Heat on Saga 960 AM, your favorite podcatcher, and on YouTube. We'll talk about the rest of the pay-per-view, and we'll hopefully be able to fit everything in that we could think about the main event and the aftermath of it. We'll be back after these promotional considerations.
Tell me I'm wrong, but if we just walk away, we'll be giving in. Tell me I'm wrong, but if we just walk away.
And welcome back to Ringside Heat on News Talk Saga 960 AM, your favorite podcatcher, and on YouTube. My name is Lex Tan at Lex Tan Medias. You can follow me at Ringside_Heat. You can follow the show, subscribe on Patreon, become a local fan, patreon.com/Ringside Heat. To the right of me is at Risen72 AEW expert, the responsible one, Colin Dodge, and MJDD Collectibles, Josh Diaz, and you can follow him at MJDD Collectibles, just as the spelling at the bottom of your screen right there. And we don't have a lot of time here on the air on the radio, so we'll just go quickly into before we do that, Fiend figure giveaway on X. Make sure you you retweet you follow us at Ringside_Heat, retweet the contest giveaway tweet, and also tag a friend, and follow us on Facebook, like us on Facebook, and follow us on YouTube in order to get additional entries. And of course, John Dawson's Outlier is available now wherever you download your music, as well on 180-gram vinyl at johndawsonmusic.myshopify.com. All right, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Dominic in a shark cage. Decent match between between the two. Yeah, this should have. I was hoping this could be the end of it, but it ended up in a disqualification. But I will have to say it was a pretty good spot that Dominic Mysterio did with hanging off of the shark cage. So commend Dominic for that. I commend the setup team for that, personally speaking.
Yeah. My only real problem was they didn't show Dom breaking out. We looked back, and all of a sudden the door was open, and I mean
That's true. That's true.
he looked as confused as the rest of us, and like there was no shot of anything. So I don't know if it was on purpose, like they didn't actually have anything. It was just like boop, the door's open. But like he didn't have a lockpick with Acme on the side of it. Like he had nothing. It was just all of a sudden he's free, and then then he was dangling. But still, but I mean otherwise, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, no, for me, the point is that, Liv had someone in her back pocket who was Raquel Rodriguez. So
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting on how that happened. Very intrigued on what's next for her and Liv and for Rhea. So that triangle is going to be very interesting.
Awesome. Yeah. And I just realized that I've been saying the wrong name, the wrong Raquel. I don't even know where the heck that came from. But and if it's something and if it's something of a Freudian slip, I don't know because but who knows? But either way, I apologize for referring to the wrong Raquel. You got the right Raquel there, Josh. But yeah, the main event of the evening was the Bloodline. It was Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns defeating Solo Sikoa as well and Jacob Fatu in a very, very entertaining match. Great action between the two. Great drama between all four of them. Big spots as well with the tables and the barricades and etc. But it saw the return of Jimmy Uso, who made up with Roman, and you could see the emotion on Roman's face as well too. So great job with that. You've also got and of course, the guy the guy, the most electrifying man in all of entertainment, makes his return at the end of the PLE, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, People's Champion, Brahma Bull title in tow, and just leaving Atlanta, Georgia, just going insane. So, what do you think this means, guys?
Well, before even that, I mean, okay, this is now the second match I've seen that Jacob Fatu has participated in. After that first match, I said, give him everything. He should retire John Cena. Jacob Fatu for president. Like, he's awesome. He's the best. Through the match, I just want Jacob versus Roman. I several times forgot Cody was there. And I'm like, oh, right, Cody's here. You know, like it was all about the bloodline. Like, that's it. That's the only thing that mattered. I'm like, yeah, Solo thinks he's cool. He's the head of the kiddie table. That's it. But, you know, fine. And it's just Jacob forever. And now, of course, I was expecting The Rock to show up because this would make sense. And yeah, like you guys, Alexa told me before, setting up for War Games, and Survivor Series next and all that. So Jimmy was the pure surprise for me. So that was great. I thought that was awesome because I remember when all the tribal stuff started, all the amazing thing that Jimmy and Jay and Roman were doing when Roman was completely going, you know, full tribal chief and all that kind of stuff. Some of the best, like they should all get Emmys. So that was great. But yeah, I mean, Fatu, everything. Just get rid of Jacob Fatu eventually. So yeah.
You know what? I think in this case, you're right. The match was overall great. The Rock coming out, Jay coming out, all of that at the end of the day. Sorry, Jimmy, my apologies.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, Jay, yeah. You know what? Jay was in the party house, so I totally
That's true.
I honestly thought he was gonna come out doing yeet and helping out everybody, but I guess not.
No,
but then
he's busy now. Yeah.
But you look at it like this: The Rock gave Roman the 1, 2, 3. Let's see what happens when he shows up. Hopefully, we'll see him on SmackDown this Friday. So we'll see. I'm very intrigued on how this is going to go for the end of November. It was a good picture to set for the upcoming pay-per-view.
Yeah. A good way to set the table, you might say.
Very true, because who knows now? We got three people who want to sit at the head of the table.
Yeah,
so
the head of the table, the kiddie table, and the Hollywood table. So what table's going to win?
The funny part about it is that this pay-per-view was sponsored by Wendy's. So are the chicken tenders going to be out there?
Yeah, where was Undertaker? He should have come out behind The Rock and chokeslammed him again.
That would have been perfect. There was no first or no Kane, so we'll see.
Well,
that's true. But for those of you who may not be familiar with the reference that Colin busted out over here, and he corrected me on this earlier in the stream, is that one of the lesser known nicknames for the Undertaker was Wendy, because the Undertaker, Mark Calloway, originally had red hair, and it made him look like Wendy Thomas, the mascot of the Wendy's old-fashioned hamburgers franchise. And it was given to him not by Paul Heyman like I thought originally, but Paul Bearer. So
and Paul Bearer was the only one that could get away without being murdered. So, yeah.
That's true. And I read while I was looking up and fact checking myself on that one, and of course you were right, Colin, about that. There was somebody put a rumor out there. And again, I'll say this is a rumor, but it could be true, might not be true, and maybe you can verify this. Somebody out there who might know better than me, just not being able to click on everything while the pay-per-view was going on. But there was a guy named King Moody who was an actor in Hollywood, and now William Moody, Percy Pringle, Paul Bearer. It doesn't say who his ancestors, his father and mother, were on his Wikipedia page, but there's somebody who said that maybe he might be the son of one of the former actors of Ronald McDonald from 1969 to about the 1980s. So played by a guy named King Moody. So yeah. So who knows? I don't know. Maybe he's the son of Ronald McDonald. I don't know.
6 degrees of fast food chains.
Look at that. Connect the McDonald's and get the winners, and you know what? And you know what? None of them need free advertising at this point. But
we're doing a lot of free advertising tonight, guys.
Yes, we are.
We need sponsors. We're not supposed to give it away.
To end it off, I'd say in order not to like totally bite off of Dave Meltzer over here, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you guys where do you guys fit this one?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, 3. I don't watch it. So 2 matches I liked. The rest I had no idea what was going on and didn't matter. So, yeah,
Fair.
3, sure.
You know what? I'll give it, because I do watch it. I do watch a lot more than AEW, unfortunately.
fine.
I would say I would give it a 7. Just because of the special guests, the atmosphere, the people who were into the matches. Overall, we got what we got in return. So hey, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, Atlanta definitely had a good time. So that's always
Yeah.
great to see. That came through. Yeah.
It made me feel like it was WCW days.
Is that good or bad though?
Hey,
Depends on your perspective.
if the NWO showed up, it would be a different
Okay.
story. So
Okay.
we're
Before
good,
the
we're
Monday
good.
Night Wars WCW. Okay, I got you.
But as Colin mentioned to me during the stream, Terror Rising actually made an appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he referenced himself, which was great. You know,
And of course, this is the first time that The Rock and Goldberg have been in Atlanta together since Rock, Goldberg, and Gilbert were together for a Rock concert too.
oh god, why? We don't have to remember everything, Lex. Come on.
Well, we do remember the things you'd want to forget.
Yeah.
But I don't want to forget
Oh.
Rock concert too, because that was just hilarious. Anyway,
Mm.
final thoughts before we sign off over here on YouTube and X, as well as on the air on Sauga 960.
Wrestle Dream next week, where I do most of the talking.
That's right, Wrestle
yeah.
Dream. That's
Awesome. Well, thanks, Lex. I really appreciate you having me on. And again, if you guys are at any of the collectible shows, Pop Culture Canada shows, please find me, MJDD Collectibles, and you can find me on Instagram, guys. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you, Josh.
That's right. At MJDD Collectibles, at Risen72, and I am at Lextan Media, Lextan, host and producer of Ringside Heat. Follow Ringside Heat on all social media that you see at the bottom of your screen over here. That is, for those of you listening on the radio and podcast, that's YouTube, that's Instagram, that's X, that's Facebook, that's TikTok, that's Threads, and patreon.com/Ringside Heat. And maybe I should have, in honor of The Rock's return, should have gone 1, 2, 3, because that's the way he counts. That's the way
Always
it counts.
has.
Yeah, exactly. That's hey man, I'm one of the hugest Rock fans in the world, so you know what, that's I'll pick up on that stuff like anything. Which is one of the reasons why I have my WWF Attitude belt back there and the WCW Big Gold Championship. So because he held both of them, and Jericho held both of them as well as Triple H holding both of them. So anyway, now that's enough from me. We're gonna sign off over here off the online stream as well on Sauga 960 AM. We want to thank you for being with us for these past 5 hours online and these past 45 minutes to an hour here on Sauga 960. And tune in next week for more fun and for a Wrestle Dream live stream reaction show. This is Lex Tan signing off for Ringside Heat on Sauga 960 AM, and we remember the things that you probably forgot.
Bye, guys.
Bye.